You're welcome back to the class, and we'll continue with our topic on nutrition. But this time around, we'll be treating photosynthesis. And I will also advise you not to forget to share and also like this video online. Photosynthesis, as we say, is one of the types of autotrophic nutrition, or let me put it in another way, is a kind of nutrition in which the organism involved manufacture its food by itself using light energy. So in a layman's way to define photosynthesis, it is better to understand those things that are actually very important that will be graded in every exam. Number one, it is the process by which green plants or organisms manufacture their food using light energy and simple inorganic materials to produce glucose. Now, every examiner will want to hear or want to see light energy, production of glucose, and also the inorganic materials that were combined to form this glucose. So photosynthesis, we will start with definition. As of the definition of photosynthesis, it is the process by which green plants manufacture glucose using light energy. That's the first thing we should note. And simple inorganic materials such as carbon dioxide and water. With this, you should be able to get all the mark assigned for the definition. Manufacturing of glucose using simple inorganic materials such as carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight, using light energy. And sometimes you can also include sunlight captured by chlorophyll. So that is what we have as the definition of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is production or manufacturing of glucose using simple inorganic compounds such as carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight captured by chlorophyll. Now, having known the definition of photosynthesis, where does this occur? Now, occurrence of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis occurs in chlorophyllous parts of plants. So we'll talk about chlorophyllous part of plant. We're talking about those parts of the plant where we have chlorophyll. So we have chlorophyllous part of plants, chlorophyllous parts of plants. Chlorophyllous parts of plant. That is where we have photosynthesis occurring. It occurs at the chlorophyllous parts of plants. Now, generally, we have two. The main parts that we refer to as the part of plant that is richly supplied with chlorophyll, we believe it to be the leaf. Although other parts of the plant could also carry out this process of photosynthesis, but we have more of chlorophyll in the leaf of plant. So the leaf is well positioned to carry out this photosynthesis. If you look at the leaf, generally the leaf is well positioned and well structured to favor or to carry out photosynthesis. What are the parts of the leaf that enables photosynthesis? The leaf itself has a very wide lamella adaptation of leaves for photosynthesis. I'll just mention some. Number one, the leaf has what we call a very wild lamella. Wild lamella. And this will enable this will increase surface area for the absorption of sunlight energy. So that is one, wide lamella. Number two, the leaf also has what we call stomata. Stomata. For singular we have stoma. For plural we have stomata. The stoma is just it's an opening between two gout cells. Opening between two gout cells that enables gas to flow in and out of the leaf. So it enables gas to flow in, oxygen and carbon dioxide to flow in and out of the leaf. The leaf also has what we call gout cell. The gout cells, as the name implies, they are 3 in number. Their role in photosynthesis, I would say, is of 2. 1, they have bean-like shape when they are turgid, so that gas can come in and go out of the cell, of the leaf rather. That is for the gout cell. The gout cell also have enough of chloroplast, so they are also involved in photosynthesis or the production of glucose in plant. Aside from the fact that the gout cells could open and close when turgid and not turgid respectively, they can also carry out the process of photosynthesis since they have enough of chloroplast in them. As I was saying, the 4th one is cuticle. Cuticle is a thin layer on the surface of the epidermis, protecting the leaf from mechanical damage and also infection. Then the 5th part of the leaf, which I want us to also note, is the epidermis. Epidermis is a thin layer, thin membrane on the surface and beneath the surface of the leaf. It has a very thin layer, as I've mentioned, and very transparent, allowing light energy to transverse through itself into the leaf internal environment. So the epidermis also plays a vital role in the adaptation of leaf for photosynthesis. The 6th one is palisade. The palisade are tissues highly rich in chloroplast, and they play a vital role in the process of photosynthesis. Because they are very rich in chloroplast, they can capture a lot of energy for the purpose of photosynthesis. And this palisade form was called palisade mesophyll. Palisade mesophyll. When they are in large quantity, we have them as palisade mesophyll. Then the 7th one, we have the spongy mesophyll. The spongy mesophyll are also rich in chloroplast, but not as rich as palisade mesophyll, and they also help in capturing light energy for the process of photosynthesis. Other things that we have in the leaf are conducting tissues like xylem and phloem. The xylem helps in bringing water for the purpose of photosynthesis, conducting water for the purpose of photosynthesis, while phloem helps in translocating the manufactured glucose after photosynthesis. So I will quickly run through them again for better understanding. Wide lamella major function is to increase surface area for the absorption or for the collection of light energy. Stomata, which is the plural form of stoma. Stomata open for oxygen and CO2. CO2 to diffuse in and out of the cell. Gout cell, they contain chloroplasts for photosynthesis. They also open to form stoma, they also open to form stoma. Then the cuticle is to protect. They are there to protect the leaf from damage. The epidermis has thin layer and transparent surface, surface for easy penetration of light, energy. Then we also have the palisade, rich in chloroplast, and they facilitate what we call photosynthesis, which in chloroplast facilitates what we call photosynthesis by capturing light energy. Spongy mesophyll also have the same function, which in chloroplast facilitates the process of photosynthesis. And the environment within the spongy mesophyll, the cells of spongy mesophyll also have enough space that will allow diffusion of gas. Xylem help in water transportation for the purpose of photosynthesis, while phloem plays active role in translocation of organic material or synthesized glucose, organic material. Okay, that's for the adaptation of the leaf. Now, photosynthesis itself has two main parts. Photosynthesis itself has two main parts. The two parts of photosynthesis are: one, a light stage of photosynthesis, while the second one is dark stage of photosynthesis. Before we pick these two and start explaining them in details, I will want us to first of all look at what photosynthesis is all about. The end product of photosynthesis is the production of glucose. We should have that at the back of our mind. And knowing fully well that photosynthesis make use of CO2 and water to produce this glucose, we can quickly look at the benefits of photosynthesis before we start discussing the stages of or the parts of photosynthesis. What are the stages or part of let's discuss that after we are done with light and dark stage reaction of photosynthesis. The general equation for photosynthesis is actually CO2, which is carbon dioxide, plus water to give us glucose. 6 is H12O6 plus oxygen and plus energy. This is the equation for photosynthesis. All we need to do is just to balance the equation by putting 6, 6 and the final 6 somewhere here. So equation is balanced with this. Then you don't complete this equation. You have not completed this equation except you have indicated the type of energy. So you have to add sunlight, or light energy. Better, light energy. Yeah. Then we have chlorophyll that is used for capturing the light energy. So with this, we have the equation settled. CO2, water, glucose, oxygen. And sometimes we have an arrow indicating oxygen being given off as the byproduct gas. Now let's look at the light stage reaction of photosynthesis. So I will write down here light stage of photosynthesis. In a layman's way, the light stage reaction of photosynthesis is also referred to as photolysis of water. Photolysis of water. Photolysis of water. So the word photo means light, while lysis means breaking down. So the whole event, the major event occurring in light stage reaction is actually photolysis of water, the breaking down of water into its constituent ions. But this will not just happen. Since we have known that photolysis involves use of light energy, so there must be light coming in to help in the breaking down of water. So the light stage reaction itself is divided into four main parts. The first part of light stage reaction, let me use alphabet A this time around, is what we call energization of chlorophyll. Energization of chlorophyll. The chlorophyll will become energized by the light energy. So just saying the chlorophyll is going to receive light energy and use that light energy to carry out that energy that is absorbed by the chlorophyll will now be used to split water into its constituent ion, and we have that is the first stage of light stage reaction. The second stage is actually the photolysis of the water. That is photolysis of water. Now, the photolysis of water is all about splitting of water into its constituent ion, and you have it as this simple reaction: H2O to give us H plus hydrogen ion plus OH minus hydrogen ion and hydroxyl ion. These are the constituent ions of water, and this product is not actually balanced or is not stable, so we have more of water molecule being splitting up to form more of this. So we'll be having 4 molecules of water giving us 4 molecules of hydrogen ion plus 4 molecules of OH ion. The reason for this I will let us know as we move on. Now, these 4 molecules of water will undergo a kind of reformation to give another compound. So we'll be having these 4 molecules of hydroxyl ion, 4 OH. Let me do an arrow here for us to understand better. The 4 OH ion will later reconfigure to give us 2 molecules of water plus 1 molecule of oxygen gas. 2 molecules of water plus 1 molecule of oxygen gas. So that settles this OH. So we are having hydrogen, 4 hydrogen ion left at the end of photolysis of water. So we have the first stage is actually under light stage reaction. The first stage is energization of chlorophyll to bring in the light energy that we will be using, splitting water molecule into hydrogen ion and OH ion. And 4 water molecule will be involved in the first to give us 4 hydroxyl ion and 4 hydrogen ion, 4 hydrogen and 4 hydroxyl ion. The 4 hydroxyl ion will later split to give us 2 molecules of water and 1 molecule of oxygen gas. The third part of photolysis of water, or of the light stage reaction, is actually called, let me use alphabet. Okay, the third stage now is referred to as reduction. Let's see now. It's called reduction of NADH NADP to DPH2. What's the meaning of NADP and NADPH2? NADP, so nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. That is the full meaning of NADP. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. While NADPH2 is reduced nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. Now the H2 that is attached to it is only making it to become a reduced form of NADP. So what I am having H at the back, it becomes reduced nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. So this is actually an energy or electron transfer. It's a coenzyme that enables or that helps in transferring electron in the process of photosynthesis. Helps in transferring electron in the process of photosynthesis. Now the fourth part, which is the D part, is actually called the formation of adenosine triphosphate. That is production of ATP from ADP. ADP is adenosine diphosphate, while ATP is adenosine triphosphate. Whenever hydrogen ion is released, which is the one we got from this place, it helps in driving or helps in the formation of energy, and that is what we have. The excess of the hydrogen ion, don't forget that we are having only 2 hydrogen being used. The remaining hydrogen that is produced in the process of photolysis of water will be used to convert ADP, adenosine diphosphate, to ATP, adenosine triphosphate. And this triphosphate is actually energy stored for the process of carbon dioxide reduction in the dark stage reaction of photosynthesis. I want to say this again. We shouldn't forget that photolysis is actually taking place in the presence of light, and also the part of the chloroplast involved in this photolysis is known as granum. For plural, we have grana. This is where the light stage reaction of photosynthesis is called. Granum for singular, while grana for plural. Now the next part we'll be looking at is actually the dark stage reaction, which is the second part. Dark stage reaction. The other time in our previous video, where we talked about the organelles present in the cell, we made mention of chloroplast as one of the organelles present in plant cell responsible for photosynthesis. We made mention of that, and in the process we said the 2 main parts of this chloroplast are the granum or the thylakoid system made up that form the grana or the granum, as the case may be, and also the stroma part. The stroma is the part that is responsible or where the dark stage reaction occurs. And we also made mention of chloroplast as energy converter. From this we can understand clearly that aside from the fact that chloroplast is used is actively involved in photosynthesis, it is also involved in the generation of ATP, energy needed by organism for its various activities. Now, the dark stage reaction of photosynthesis. The dark stage reaction is also called Kelvin's cycle. Kelvin's cycle. That is to give honor to the name of the man who discovered or who worked more on this dark stage reaction. The dark stage reaction does not have much parts, but the major part of the dark stage reaction is called reduction of carbon dioxide to form phosphoglyceric acid. So that is the major part of the dark stage reaction. That is reduction of carbon dioxide, that's CO2, to form phosphoglyceric acid, which is the smallest form of carbohydrates to say. So we have it in this form. The reduction, just as we have in chemistry, reduction is either said to be the addition of hydrogen or the removal of oxygen. That gives us reduction. So when we have reduction, don't forget the two hydrogen ion are been carried now by this electron transfer molecule, which is NADPH. So this hydrogen will be carried back to this place for what we call reduction of carbon dioxide. We have a CO2 plus this hydrogen being obtained from the photolysis of water. Then we have the reaction to give us CH2O. That is what we have as the product of the reduction of carbon dioxide, CH2O. We have 4 molecules of this. We have an additional water molecule being formed. So as if we are having 4 molecules of hydrogen that is being formed from this place, being carried back to this place, we are going to have CH2O plus H2O being formed. And this is actually the carbohydrates, while this is water molecule. This is very unstable, and 6 molecules of this is going to be equal to what we call glucose, just like the 6 CH2O will definitely give us C6H12O6. C6H12O6, and the glucose is formed in this process. And having this glucose formed, that brings us to the end of the process called photosynthesis. Thank you. In subsequent classes, we'll be looking at what are the benefits of photosynthesis and how to test if photosynthesis has actually occurred in a living in a plant. Thank you.